Good afternoon. Mock interview for assignment 3. Good afternoon, Mrs. Key.
Hello, Mrs. Miller.
It was very nice to visit your classroom and see your lesson over coding. How do you feel your lesson went?
I think it went really well. The students enjoy coding, so they're really engaged in their activities. So I think it went well just because of the level of engagement.
So what I hear you saying is that you were excited about their level engagement, which therefore produced them being successful in the lesson. I'd like to compliment you. As I went around and you were giving directions, you weren't telling them step by step how to do the coding. You gave them a process that you wanted to see happen when they tested their coding, and then they would set out to do that. So I saw lots of kids problem solving and testing their codes, and it was quite exciting to see the ones that were successful.
Mm-hmm.
They were eager to do the next step. How do you think that portion of your lesson went?
I think it went really well because it's a life skill. Because every time that they try, I tell them make their sprite go to the right or go up or flash or whatever. I'll give them a section, like guide them towards the area that it needs to go to, and then they have to try to choose the code that would do that. It involves math skills, which is always a great thing to do, interdisciplinary with it. But whenever it doesn't work, that's when they have to troubleshoot and really have to problem solve.
Yes.
So that's and they get to personalize a lot of it too. And so many kids do it in different ways.
Yes.
So one kid could get the same result by doing different steps.
Yes. Well, and I saw just the kids that reached a point where it didn't work the way they wanted to, that they just were heads down and tried new steps. I saw that happening. Is because and during your lesson, I did notice some of your other students were reluctant to test their codes. It wasn't that they weren't trying, but they weren't real eager to test it and see their results. Were you observing the same thing?
Yeah, it seems that some kids have almost a reluctance to risk trying and failing, this is a really great activity because it's a low stakes risk for them to have to take. However, it makes it challenging because then I have so many different speeds that the kids are going in. I've got the kids who are zooming and figure it out really quick, and then I've got those kids who, again, not that they don't want to try, but that they either get stuck and then they're just scared of taking that risk of trying to figure it out and then not succeeding, I think.
Yes. And so that's our area of refinement that I'm going to leave with you. Because what I witnessed were, as some of the students were finished and awaiting further instruction, those students that had gotten that a successful test, those that were reluctant kind of got off task, and they were watching around the room at others, kind of trying to get clues off of them. And some of them even started talking amongst each other, trying to figure it out. So thinking about that happening during that lesson, how are in the future, how are you going to take your activities and vary them to address different ability levels and learning differences or different needs that you see in your classroom?
Well, for the fast-paced ones, I think it would be really simple to provide quick enrichments for those kids that are quicker. Let them personalize it, or just a quick extra step of make it go right and then up, instead of just a one-step process. Go ahead and just give them that second process. For those slower kids, as you said, they started talking with each other. Whenever I see that happening, I can guide them, like prompt them to start talking about the subject at hand, and maybe through working together that they can problem solve together, and that would also give them confidence to have a peer, problem solving with them.
Well, I really enjoyed your lesson, and I'm eager to visit again and see where this lesson leads next.
Looking forward to it.
Right? Thank you.